With close to 19,000 Hispanics and Latinos in Sussex County, we're learning some of the 117 unaccompanied minors now in Delaware are connecting with family members there. La Esperanza Executive Director Claudia Peña Peretti noticed an influx of mostly teenagers from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador beginning last fall.
We noticed that there were more youth between the ages of 14 and 17 coming by themselves, and they were in need of enrollment in school and registering for school.
The nonprofit also provides employment, victim, and immigration services.
Sometimes the parents know that the kids are coming, and sometimes they don't.
Immigration lawyer Nita Biggs has met with some of the unaccompanied minors here at La Esperanza in Georgetown.
A number of them are fleeing, and they're victims of violence, and particularly women have been victims of domestic violence.
Biggs says those who have good asylum cases will likely be able to stay in the U.S., but says deportation is an inevitability for many of them. Only recently, however, did state leaders find out about immigrant children in Delaware. Governor Jack Markell sent a letter to state lawmakers in July after just learning himself about the 117 unaccompanied minors who'd been placed with families in Delaware, with $0 from the federal government. The letter read, "The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services does not disclose the identity or location of these families to protect the privacy of the families living here and the children." He continued, "Some of these children may enroll in Delaware schools while awaiting processing by federal authorities."
This is simply the feds running roughshod, in my opinion, over everybody else. And they've made a decision here to do things, and they're just going to do it, and they really don't seem to care.
Longtime Indian River School Board member Donald Hattier says the district has had to unfairly prepare for any number of unaccompanied minors this upcoming school year after scrambling to accommodate a large wave of students last year.
Now you have to start taking resources away from all of those kids that were already here, all of those programs that were already developed here, and you have to start redistributing it.
Superintendent Dr. Susan Bunting says her district had to reassign teachers to meet the needs of 70 mostly Hispanic teenagers who suddenly enrolled at Sussex Central High School last year.
We think the 70 were part of the 117. Okay. And the government officials are telling us that they also think that we have seen the majority of students that are going to be placed in Delaware.
Bunting does not expect as big of a surge in enrollment this year. However, the district has established a newcomer center at the Carver Center in Frankfort, with 2 classrooms dedicated for students who speak little or no English.
We are prepared with these 2 new classrooms to deal with it in a manner that we were not prepared to deal with it last year. We made do, as they would say, last year, but this year we actually have an academic program, specialized materials, teachers that are assigned specifically to do that.
Because the unaccompanied minors come with no money from the feds, school districts simply have to eat the cost. In Indian River's case, on average, the district spends $12,000 per student.
Let's say we get 50 of them, all right, in our district, times 12,000, you're looking at $600 extra that you need. And it is going to put a load on virtually every district, whether it's us or whether it's somebody else.
It's our privilege to work with every child that crosses the threshold of our schools. We're going to try to meet their needs as best we can.
Already stretched thin, La Esperanza, which depends on state money, donations, and grants, is also feeling the pinch of trying to do right by these children.
If we don't receive the funding, we're still going to help them. Our doors are always open to them. We have to help them. As a society, as a state, as a community, we have to help them.